up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Day, and welcome back to Man United Talks. This is the biggest game in English football, the preview of Manchester United versus Liverpool. Before we get into it, if you do enjoy, please drop a like and subscribe. Oh boy, I notice I say "oh boy" a lot. Anyway, this is a huge game. But what gets me the most, I just have to look at it. It makes me want to cry. Look at the points difference, dude. Like first to sixth. One, you don't expect it to be that tight. I mean that far away. But two, is just it's so much points. It's so many points. Oh my goodness. Anyway. Okay, let's get right into it. Manchester United, we lost 2-1 to Valencia in what was just another dull game. Another to add to what has become a regularity this season, and it's not good. It shouldn't be that way at all. It should not be that way at all. It's one thing if you're playing boring football and getting results, which is kind of what Van Gaal was doing. However, he wasn't winning. We didn't lose a lot of games, but we weren't winning a lot of games. We were still getting results, however. But under Mourinho, especially this season, last season was definitely good. We came second, and the season before that, we kind of tanked and won the Europa League to get into Champions League. Goodness, I just don't know. At this rate, we're not going to finish in the top four. Nothing's impossible, but at this rate, it's not going to happen. And then you look at, are we going to win the Champions League? Are we going to make it to the next round of the Champions League? Are we going to make it out of this round of the Champions League? Because truthfully, the best chance we have is drawing Porto. If we draw any of those other teams and make it through, that's a success for me. If we draw any other team in in pot one, that is in Porto. I think there's PSG, Bayern, Madrid, Barcelona. I don't want to go into it too deep, but I guess Madrid's maybe our second chance because they're playing terrible at the moment. But they just lost 3-0 at home to CSKA Moscow. But I digress. My point is, the way we're playing, we're not clinical. We aren't playing good football. We had a decent outing against Fulham, but there's no real joy in that other than the fact that we got 3 points. That's great. But other than that, they're the worst team in the league, so we should be beating them 4-1. And then we drew to the second worst team in the league the game before that. So, what do you look at, really? It's not great. It's not great. However, we can only change the outlook or the look of our club by winning, and we have to do that. Are we going to beat Liverpool? I just don't know. They're first in the league. They're playing decent football, which is frustrating because no one likes Liverpool, especially Manchester United fans. You can respect people, but we don't like them, do we? No. But yeah, let's talk about United and let's get into the lineups. Like I said, we lost to Valencia 2-1 at home, which was just shameful. It wasn't great. And, a lot of people are saying the players are not playing for the badge and all that type of stuff. But there's so much more than just players not playing. People want to say players are too prideful or whatever the case. If our players had a lot of pride, we would be winning. They would be playing out of their skins if the pride was the thing that, I guess. How can I put this? I don't think I'm coming across clearly right now. My point is that people are saying our players have too much pride and they don't respect the manager. They are selfish in what they're playing. And you could say that. But if they were prideful, truly prideful, they'd play for themselves, is what I'm saying, basically. But yeah, let's get into the lineup, and then I guess I'll make some other points that I have to get off my chest. This right here is plain and simply what I've gone with because, as you saw, or maybe you didn't, there's a few players that are missing out. Smalling's injured. Alexis, obviously, we all know that. Lindelof. Delo apparently didn't travel because of injury. I thought that was just to rest him, but apparently that was injury, which is frustrating. Rojo, I don't know. I don't think Mourinho is comfortable with Rojo, which is kind of frustrating because he's got that bite, and he definitely shouldn't have played at left back against Valencia. That's not even close to his strongest position. And then Phil Jones had an absolute shocker, but we all know Jose likes Phil Jones, and as long as he's fit, he'll probably play. But Rojo and Bailly is the dream partnership for me if Lindelof is not available. I'd rather see Lindelof with one of them two rather than, have Jones and Bailly. What I will say is Smalling and Lindelof were building a pretty decent partnership. That was decent. But I would love to see Lindelof with Bailly or Jones. Like, I just don't understand. To me, everyone's saying that the players are not playing to their full potential. That is down to the manager. That is down to the coaching. Maybe Carrick isn't doing a great job. Maybe McKenna isn't doing a great job. Maybe the coaching staff as a whole has absolutely just lost it. I highly doubt that's the issue, though. I highly doubt that's the issue. Jose, at the end of the day, has the final say. He puts the lineups out. He knows what system he wants his coaches to deploy. And what are we seeing? Trash. It's plain and simply trash. Mourinho came out in the press conference the other day and said, no one loves Manchester United more than I do. Or no one wants the club to win more than I do. Something to that extent. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. The teams you're picking, because apparently McTominay was supposed to start instead of Fred, the teams you're picking are not to win. They're not to win. You don't want to win. If you wanted to win, Pogba would play every game. Without question. You wouldn't have sat Luke Shaw on the bench for most of last season. Valencia would have been dropped after his first 3 games. Don't tell me you want to win and put out lineups of crappy players. Nemanja Matic, you see I put him in my lineup because he was dropped and he got a rest. It's not a big rest, but that's why he's in my lineup. I haven't even mentioned my actual lineup since clicking the freaking screen. But that's it right there. That team is more than capable of getting a result at Anfield. If Nemanja Matic has gotten his rest and is up to it, I think he is a good defensive midfielder. No, not a question. But he hasn't been up to it all season. And I said I wasn't going to put him in until he got a rest, and he did get a rest. Not long enough for me personally, but this is it. And apparently Luke Shaw is also a doubt, but I hope he's there. I'm speaking it into existence. And I'd rather Dalot started over Ashley Young, but what is the likelihood? Just think of that. Ashley Young versus Sadio Mane. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm not entirely confident in seeing Dalot versus Sadio Mane as well, so I can't really, say that. Yeah, but that's the team I've gone with. Martial is also a doubt. I don't know. I hope he's available to play. That'd be great, and I'd rather see him instead of, Lukaku. I'd rather see Rashford down the middle. I don't really know what to expect. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I say this every week, but United don't have a style of play. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what Mourinho wants out of this team. So I put the best players out, and I know what system I'd like to see us play. I know the style I'd like to see us play, but I don't know what the hell Mourinho is trying to achieve. So, yeah, I'm just going to put out what I think is best for what I see us trying to do. I don't even truly know what we're trying to do. But Herrera, nitty-gritty fighter. We all know Jose loves Matic, and he can do a job on his day. He's one of the best, not only in the league, but in the world. He's a 2-time Premier League champion, I believe, and he's solid. So, don't fight it. Paul Pogba, the best outfield player in our team, not even a question. And then the rest speaks for itself. I love Dalot to play, but apparently he's injured, and we all know Mourinho is basically just contracted to start Ashley Young. That's obviously not true, but you would think so, because Ashley Young isn't amazing. His service is terrible. I know he assisted Rashford against Valencia, but that's the first successful cross he's had in how long? Like, what do you want? What do you want from me? The players you're playing suck, dude. I'm sorry. I'm frustrated. They suck. It's pissing me off. You got much better players in your team. You spent 50 million on Fred. He has yet to be injured. Knock on wood. He has yet to be injured. Why is he not starting? Play Herrera at the 6 and play Fred in the midfield. He brings energy like no one else. He and Herrera in the midfield terrorizing the likes of Henderson, Naby Keita. Who else? Wijnaldum. He's got energy for days. So match him with someone like Fred. Do you want to win? No. Because you keep playing Matic, who's been absolutely woeful. I hope he turns it around. I really do. Because Matic I keep saying it. I've said it about 5 times this preview. He's got the talent. Anyway, that's my lineup. And really, I didn't even talk about my lineup. I'm just raging because, this club isn't in a good place right now. It's not in a good state. Anyway, as you see, Liverpool in top form. They got top performers out the yin yang. But good news in the fact that Joe Gomez is supposed to be out for, I think, 3 weeks, and Alexander Arnold is not going to be available, apparently. Let me actually check the article to see what they said. He picked up an ankle injury against Napoli, so he's added to the list. Joe Gomez and Matip are also set to be sidelined. So apparently, it looks like the back line could be Klein, Van Dijk, and Lovren. That is something we could take advantage of. That is something we could definitely take advantage of. However, Klein and Lovren could be playing to stake a claim that they deserve to start. So, you got to be aware of those things. We just got to turn up on the day, really. I don't want to see half-ass. Forgive my language, but I don't want to see it. The players got to do their part, but the manager also has to do his part. We all know it's not all Jose Mourinho's fault, but there's some obvious decisions that have to be made, which is just the most frustrating thing. The common sense you think people have. Mourinho's been in the game for so long, regarded as one of the best in the world. We have to move on from what he's done. And Adam McCullough tweeted this out. If the Manchester United players went on the way Jose goes on about his past, that's cool, bruh. When you sign for Manchester United, you could say that all day long, but you've been here 3 years. 3 years. Last season looked like we were stepping up. This season, we're not finishing top 3, top 4. And I'd be shocked if we did. But that's still not good enough because the start of the season was absolutely horrific. No justification in the season at all. No justification. You spent 50 million on Fred. You spent, and you crying out for defenders, but you don't play your best defender in Eric Bailly. Marcus Rojo. Arguably also our best defender because he can play out the back better than all of them. Arguably as the same as Lindelof. You can't complain about what you have when you don't use it. You don't use it. You're going to complain to Ed Woodward that we need more defenders. But in his eyes, he saw you spend 30 million on Eric Bailly and he's like, why is he not playing? I can't see that he's playing bad, so I can't replace him. Because I don't see that he's being bad. That's obviously, I don't know that for sure, but that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, Liverpool, we all know the dangers. Mohamed Salah, Firmino, the front three, Mane. The midfield is even tight. Wijnaldum is in top form. He's just got his energy for days, buzzing around, making the simple passes, keeping the ball moving around. It could be Henderson. It could be Fabinho. I think it will be Henderson in the 6, in the pivot. Both of them are very efficient. Fabinho is still adjusting to the league, but, those two are very efficient in the way they play. I think Fabinho is a bit better defensively, but Henderson is the captain, and he knows how to get that team ticking. Excuse me. And then, the back line, that's where we have to attack. That's where we have to go for it. I wouldn't be surprised to see Fellaini started to target Lovren, to target Nathaniel Klein. That wouldn't be bad. I could see that working out. So I wouldn't be mad if that's what the case is. But if that's not the case and Fellaini's on to be a ball player, it's not going to work. And I'm not gonna enjoy it at all. But that's the preview for me. My score prediction, say 1-0. I'm never gonna predict United lose. I could see 1-1. I could see us getting absolutely smashed out the park, but I'm not gonna predict it. I'm going to say 1-1. I'm going to say 1-1. If you did enjoy, please drop a like and subscribe. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you for listening to my rants. I think everyone around this club is just frustrated with what we're seeing right now. So, thanks for watching. It's been your boy Dave. It's been Man United Talks. I'm out of here. Thank you.